Back on the North Rink for freshman action here for the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on the LI Sports Network. It's the Sachem Warriors and the East Islip Chiefs. The Chiefs unbeaten so far in the season, still sitting in second place though, 2 points behind Smithtown Oppog Red for first. They are 2 points ahead of St. Anthony's for second. Last week, those three teams were tied in points. And this freshman division has been tight all season long. Sachem sitting at 5-10-0. They're sitting at 12 points just in ninth place, though. They're tied with Middle Country and KPC. So a lot of close teams throughout, including the middle of the standings. But Sachem is losers of 6 of their last 7 games. And they're coming in looking for vengeance on their mind. These two teams met once this season back on September the 29th. It was an 8-0 win for the Chiefs in that game. But it is March, and anything can happen, as we saw in the developmental game in which the unbeaten Sachem developmental team fell 3-2 to Kings Park Comac just prior to this game. It should be a good one, though, here tonight. East Islip on an 8-game win streak after back-to-back ties. And they, of course, have been unbeaten throughout. Sachem with upset on their mind. Warm-ups concluded. We'll step aside for a quick break. When we come back, starting goalies and puck drop on the way next here on LISN. Ready for puck drop here on LISN between Sachem and East Islip as we take a look at our starting goaltenders. It will be number 27, Joseph Azar, getting the nod for EI tonight. 6 starts on the year, 0.87. We'll try one more time. There we go. Goals against, and he is unbeaten 7-0-0 on the season. So far for the Chiefs, he'll be opposed by number 90, Sean Smith, who has appeared in 8 games for the Warriors. 4.24 goals against, 3-4-0-1 on the year. As the puck is down, we are underway. The Chiefs of East Islip in the home whites and Sachem in the grays. As here's Gandolfo. O'Connor with him. Gandolfo, nearly snuck that one short side high. Azar got a piece of it with the right shoulder. Sachem going to work early on the attack. D-to-D pass, Carly. Looking for the redirection off a couple sticks and wide. Azar poking and it pops out to the side of the crease. He'll pounce on it and get the whistle. "32 seconds gone in this one." Both these teams at different positions in the standings, but of course we enter the final month of hockey here. And only a few games left in the regular season for both sides as the Chiefs get the steal. 2-on-1 potentially. It turns into a 2-on-2 pass down low though for Connors, and Smith cuts down the angle and makes the save. Evan Connors having a phenomenal season. 14 goals, 11 assists, and nearly had another goal right there. As this faceoff comes back to Barbarito on the blue line, kept it in. Gloved down though by Rosado and then poked out by Maisel. Comes back to Barbarito. He springs it on to Walsh. It got by him. Back on to Giuliano. He'll go D to D. And stretch out to Maisel. As Mathers out there defensively now for East Islip. Connors comes together with Lucas Giuliano. Now it's Walsh trying to spring through. Walsh cuts to the slot. Lets one go, and he scores! Chiefs are off and running. Alex Walsh. Just using his speed. Sachem dominated the opening shift, but we saw these last couple chances for the Chiefs come off the rush. And this one, Walsh going against the grain there, back on the glove side, beating Smith. And so a quick start here for the Chiefs in this one, just a minute and a half into the hockey game. Give Connors the assist, his 12th of the season, leads the team as he was tied in assists with Fowler. Had himself a game the other night. 3 goals, 1 assist, as did Rory Straub. Same exact stat line in that one. In an 11-3 win over Middle Country back on February 25th. Sachem, meanwhile, coming off an 8-2 loss back on Valentine's Day against Smithtown Hauppauge Red, who is currently leading the pack here in the freshman division. Gandolfo, checked by Jarena. Comes back to O'Connor. He'll steer it in. And back on it here is Colin Clark. Clark, though, checked by Mast. Mast takes it away, goes back down to the circle, intercepted by the Chiefs. Great stick at the line, though, by Mast, held it in. Gandolfo back down the boards, taken back by EI, though. Connors nearly off to the races. Great stick there at the line by Carley, and not only that, he held it in. Clark back on it, though, with a bit more time here. Back out comes EI. Alex Walsh's 14th goal of the season. Ties Evan Connors for second on the team, only 2 behind Christian Fowler. Sachem sends it down the ice, just has enough juice for icing. Just about 3 minutes gone here in the first period. Straub will take the face-off for EI against Declan Prin. Van Steen knocked down to the ice. Straub looking for a backhand chance in tight. Smith reaching back, but he does have it. And gets the whistle. That one pops off the linesman's skate. Potato reaching for it, instead it's Prin. Hit off of Kane Tolliver. Batted down, Potato reaching for it. Straub in to take it. Rory Straub flying in. Straub lets one go off a stick and catches the glass. Tolliver reaching for it. Sam Meyer steps up to hold it in. Helped out by Potato. Flipped out by Sachem. And down the ice it goes. Racing after it, Lazzarino. Liam Lazzarino danced right around the defender, brings it in. Lazzarino lets one go, blocked it, comes right back to him. He couldn't handle it. Checked by Tolliver. Skidding out with it, now comes Bovic. That one taken back by Barbarito. He got it towards the line. And it's cleared back out. Mast on it to Giuliano. Popped off his stick. And taken down there was one of the Sachem players. That looks to be Trevor Meyer as he pops back up. Bovic kept it alive for Sachem. Taken back though by EI. Sprung ahead to Bentrowitz. Bentrowitz leads the rush in, looking for Fowler. Can he find in the skates of Giuliano? A backhand try from the soft from Doherty was stopped. And Doherty goes to play the body there on Mast. Barbarito holds it in. Back down it goes towards Giuliano. Giuliano up to Mass. Snaps a pass along, deflected, now settled by Gandolfo, and Gandolfo leads the rush in. Chase Gandolfo by himself, taken by Fowler. And steered back out to center by Bentrowitz. Fired back down by Sachem as both teams make changes. 5 minutes gone, first period. It's a 1-0 lead for East Islip here at the rinks. On the goal from Alex Walsh, his 14th of the season. With Wally Mitchell on Brady Campbell. And Sachem looking to get right back into this hockey game with an equalizer. It gets past Courtney McIntyre there and settled back down by Alex Amorim. Here's Walsh again using his speed. Takes it to the outside. Miles Mazzarone driving in. Walsh takes it wide. Walsh centering pass. At the stick of Luca Lazzarone. Now Mathers, the defenseman down low in the corner, trying to center. Pops back to him. Centering pass. Luca Mazzarone on goal. Stopped by Smith. And cleared out just beyond the reach of Clark. This will be another icing against Sachem. 9:09 to go here in the first period. Tie up at the dot. Mazzarone reaching for it. Walsh turns and shoots off the bar and out of play. Alex Walsh that close to goal number 2 on the evening. As he just turns and fires this one. Got the tie up at the dot. Right off the bar and into the netting. Prin gets tossed out of the dot here. And so Mast will take it against Walsh. Walsh tried to win it back, hit his own skate. Mazzarone reaching for it. Great job that time by Donahue. And it's worked back out by the Warriors. Mazzarone couldn't get it through the red line there. Fired back in by Sachem. And behind the goal, Aiden Mathers racing after it. Bouncing puck, Mazzarone. Knocks it down, tied up by Prin. Gets out to Walsh. Popped off his stick, though, and Donahue races over to keep it from him. Vincent Donahue, the alternate captain, back in. Couldn't settle the puck, though, and Clark with some time here. Reverses back behind his own goal, tries the far side of the ice. Great stick by Gandolfo. The pickpocket back in, trying to split through. Does ran out of room, and he gets checked hard as the puck slides in on goal where it's covered by Azar. Comes back to Rosado, now Giuliano down the boards. Lazzarino gets to it. Mazo all over him. Gerena reaching for it for EI. Ahead and banked back out. Meyer puts it around Connors and back towards Giuliano. Miscommunication here leads to a near chance for EI. That was Rory Straub on the forecheck. Now Justin Bovich from the red line will fire it back in. Lazzarino checked by Mazo. Goes ahead to Gerena. Meyer, though, will rip it around the boards. Giuliano steps up. Connors takes it away to the line. Bovich held it in. Halfway through period 1, 1-0 lead for East Islip. Down comes Giuliano. Takes it wide. This centering pass off the outside of the goal. Popped up off the net there from Lazzarino, and it comes around to Meyer. Giuliano pinches down. It got by him. It's a foot race, and it's Evan Connors. Meyer hustling back. Connors fought off that time by Smith. Defense in the change for EI. Now in stride, Amorim has to settle the puck. Goes down to Stroud. Back up to Amorim. His shot blocked down by his own teammate. Gerena back in front. Connors, what a save! Oh, a couple of big saves with the left pad. Then they score. On the rebound, Rory Straub after a couple of ridiculous left pad saves there from Smith. Makes it 2-0 East Islip. How about this passing down low here from EI, and it goes to Evan Connors. A couple of big saves, and then just moments later, It's Rory Straub. As the puck pops out to him, and Smith can't spot that one through all the traffic. Straub back on it in the corner. Connor step shoots, kicked out. Came back to him, good stick though by O'Connor. Back out comes Tolliver. Tolliver working on a Morin. And Morin boxes him out, got to it. Couldn't clear it out though. O'Connor steers it towards the line, but it'll come back out as it missed Mangani. Goes back towards Tolliver. Got a stick on it. Great read by Van Steen back in for EI. Van Steen around Capozzoli looking short side. It goes high and into the netting. Connors picks up his second assist of the game. The lone one on the goal for Rory Straub, his 9th goal of the season. .6:01 left in the period. Ozone draw win as Boteto on the backhand tried to work through the slot. Checked by Donahue. Goes down the boards with it. This is Van Steen. Van Steen centering pass. Good save there. And covering up is Smith as he gets another one with that left flipper. Keeps this game where it's at 2-0. That one got through the faller and a massive save with the toe. Comes out to the line. Mathers will slap it down to the corner. Donahue racing over to get it. Skated out by Donahue. Now it's Mathers. He'll get it back out. Van Steen. Check there. Prin. Faller steps up on him. Comes to Gandolfo. Gandolfo wraps it around the boards. Fired back around by Clark. Boteto jamming at it. Now Clark comes back to him, and they'll take it behind the goal. Around it goes. Boteto racing after it. Carley will fire it back around. And Gandolfo back behind. Mast. Checked by Faller. Fighting through it. And now Faller takes it though, back out, chips it around Brett Carley, goes down, penalty upcoming against Sachem. And they're going to get Brett Carley for interference. Close play there, kind of that gray area almost as Faller chipped it around Carley. He tried to hold him up just long enough, clipped him. And the 2-minute power play here for EI. A chance to grow their lead to 3 here in the first. Back down it goes. Giuliano and Barbarito come to get it. Works back out towards Walsh. Walsh comes down to take it. Spins. Takes it behind the goal. Curls back in the corner. Looks over his options. Goes to Connors. Connors thinking pass. Lazzarino trying to move to an open spot for him. Down to Walsh. Give and go. Back to Connors. Kicked out by Smith. Great little play there by EI, but that left pad of Smith has been outstanding so far. Jam back on goal. He gets another save. Watch this play. Connors down to Walsh. Cuts right through to the slot. And Walsh sees him there. The chemistry for East Islip off the charts. But a great save. Connors back towards the slot. Ripped off of his stick and fired back down by Mazel. Azar out to get it. We'll leave it for Lazzarino. Up towards Straub. Straub redlining in. 4 minutes left here in period 1. 2-0 lead for East Islip on goals by Walsh and Straub. Lazzarino on the cutback, reverses course for Connors with 50 left on the penalty. His pass got slowed up. Back to Liam Lazzarino. Snaps one through on the tape of Straub. Straub curls back at the half wall. Slides it through to the slot. Walsh, the lefty, couldn't get it on his forehand with the quick trigger. Miles Mazzarone up top. Down low to Connors. Connors fumbled it a bit. Now takes it behind the goal. Connors up top. Mazzarone holds. Shoots. Save made through traffic by Smith. Now Mazzarone walking down. That one a stick save by Smith and no rebound. 17 left on the penalty. Some chances here for EI, but Smith has been the difference here on the man advantage so far. Comes back to the line. One-timer Mathers missed. Big hop off the end boards. Play back in front. They score! It's a PPG for Miles Mazzarone. 3-0 Chiefs. Which has 3 ticks left on the power play. Going post to post as Smith just couldn't get that one. It's all East Islip so far. Mathers flips it ahead to Mazzarone. Miles from Luca and Colin Clark as that one goes around. Mazzarone's 9th goal of the season. Power play tally. Sachem here just looking to clear the zone. He's got 3 power play goals now on the season, does Miles Mazzarone. And here he is again. Sachem just trying to weather this storm here in this first period and stop the bleeding. Can O'Connor work it back out? It's been all EI these last few minutes. Miles to Luca Mazzarone, and he couldn't settle it. Back out Mass now for Sachem. Good stick at the line by Colin Clark. Clark picked up his first point of the season on that power play goal for Mazzarone. Shot from distance. Booted away. And back out comes Miles Mazzarone. 5th assist of the season for Luca Mazzarone on his brother's goal. As this one taken away and fed up to Mast from Gandolfo, but he couldn't settle it. Now from the red line, we'll dump it and go for a change. 100 seconds left in the period. Puck wrapped around to Fowler. Fowler with the stretch pass ahead. Couldn't be settled by Doherty. Bentrowitz in on the forecheck. Giuliano feeds it back out. Bovic takes it wide in front of the benches. Doherty on the back check, making life difficult for him. Dug free. Gandolfo. Being checked the whole way there by Straub. Goes down to his knees. Fed it towards Bovic. Well, they had a look there from the slot, but it popped off his stick. Final minute of play here in the first. Bovic the steal. He goes down. Kept to the live though. Down low. Score! And Sachem's on the board. What a play by Justin Bovic to keep that alive. And Gandolfo with the rebound tally. Goes down and from his backside, able to keep that one alive. And a great play as well by Gandolfo to recognize receiving that puck and going back to his forehand there to stuff it home. Azar got a piece, not quite enough. 3-1 game, a massive goal for Sachem. Here they come again in the final minute. Bovic from distance. Azar makes this save and gets the whistle. That goal coming with 53 seconds left in the first. As Gandolfo picks up his 9th goal of the season. Justin Bovic, his 4th assist for a team right now playing without one of their top point getters in Nick Apadesano. Doesn't appear to be here tonight. Rosado. Shot off a stick and into the corner. Play back down towards Prin. Walsh racing after it. Lazzarino gets checked. Prin on it. 30 seconds to go. Prin knocked off the puck by Walsh. Put in a dangerous spot where Bovic was able to knock it on goal, and Azar got a piece. Now it's Connors. Lazzarone Lazzarino gets checked. Connors looking to pull through everybody. Walsh joining the rush. Drop pass to Walsh. He couldn't settle it. Gets back on it. His shot defended by Bovic. Comes back towards Prin. Bovic back out. Jurenic on the way of that pass. That'll end the first period of play. Quick start for East Islip. They led it 3-0. A late goal by Chase Gandolfo gets Sachem back into it. We'll be back with the second period in a moment here on LISN. One period in the books here on LISN at the rinks. Freshman hockey for the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. 3-1 lead for East Islip over Sachem. This is an East Islip team unbeaten so far on the year. And Walsh, who got things started, looking to go right back in, knocked out the puck. Connors fires one wide. Remps back out. Mathers back on it with Wally Mitchell on camera. I'm Brady Campbell. Mathers looking for Walsh. It got by him and down the ice, and this could be an icing. Connors looked like he would have been the first one on it, but that is not the rule here in the Suffolk League, and it is an icing. Face-off back down towards Azar. Good look there for Evan Connors. The last time these two teams met, he had 3 goals, 1 assist in that 8-0 shutout win over Sachem. Liam Lazzarino had 1 goal, 3 assists in that victory. Played back out towards the line. Carly couldn't settle it. And it's worked back out. Mast dealing with Walsh. Fowler takes it in. Fowler looking backdoor. Walsh was driving the goal. It got by him. Played back out. Now it's Gandolfo with speed. Does he have the angle to get through Mathers? Takes it wide. Gandolfo sweeps it in front and just chopped wide by Mast. He didn't get all the shot. Back out Clark for Walsh. What a night he's had. He's been shot out of a cannon here since the opening puck drop. Sweeps it in front looking for Fowler. The pass handcuffed him. Connors back on it. Goes up top towards Mathers. Mathers back down to Connors. Connors checked by Fowler. Fowler shot from the outside. Getting a piece of it there was Smith. Connors slides one across. Mathers shoots. Took the stick right out of the hands of Smith, but he made the save. There you see his stick in the near side corner. He's going to have to play with that one for now. Pass intercepted. That stick right in the middle of the action there in the corner. Fowler behind the net. Centering pass. That one fired wide. Now I can't see the stick. I believe it's behind the net. As it gets tied up in the corner here. Smith now without a stick for a long period of play. I'm going to be honest, I have no idea where it went. The leaping Connors can't glove it down. There it was. It was on the near side of the half wall. And some nice sportsmanship there from Mathers as the puck went down the ice, helping out Smith as he plays it back to him. But the faceoff is going to come back his way here after an icing. More pressure here from East Islip to start period number 2. And they win the face-off back towards the line. Amorim to Barbarito. He fired it back down. Jammed up the boards. Now it's Rosado on it. Got by him. Barbarito plays it back down. It gets through Meyer. Smith will go out to leave it for Luca Giuliano. Rosado reverses back to Giuliano as Sachem just looking to clear the zone here, and Amorim steps up to hold that one in. Amorim right through the slot. Meyer will poke it ahead. Puck comes back out. Van Steen looking to send it right back in. Meyer got in the way. He'll throw one towards the goal. Play the side by Azar. Back around towards Barbarito. Rosado got in the way of it. Tie up there in the corner. Straub looking to emerge with it. Came towards Bovic. He couldn't settle it. And Van Steen back out by himself. Bovic all over him. Van Steen cuts back. Knocked to the ice by Bovic. Van Steen gets back to his feet. Gives a shove to Bovic as Giuliano takes it behind the goal. Reverses up the boards. Van Steen first one on it. Gave it up to Prin though. And Declan Prin will fire it back out. Lazzarino back on it here. As his teammates were making a change, he shot it back in. This is an icing. .11:09 left here in period 2 as like Trevor Meyer lost an edge as he went to go to the bench there. Back to his feet. And back out come the Chiefs here with speed. Taking it wide. Mazzarone shot, kick, save, and the rebound hopped right over the stick of Fowler. An old yawning cage to look at. Mazzarone. Fowler opens up looking back door. Great tie up there on Mazzarone by Tolliver. This one snapped ahead towards Jacob Minikazi. He couldn't quite settle the puck. Lazzarino back on it. He snaps one ahead towards Mazzarone. Mazzarone moving back in. Sidestepped the hit from Maisel. Lost the handle though in the process. And then Mazzarone a big time hit on Tolliver. Back in EI. That's just offside. 4.5 gone here in the second. Face off just outside the Sachem zone, and Mazzarone will bring it right back in. Well, it's Carley who jams it down the ice. Lazzarino the first one on it. Carley, the defenseman, all the way up there on the forecheck. Great stick lift on McIntyre there from Mazzarone. Starts the rush ahead for EI. Luca Mazzarone in. This is offside once again. Walsh and O'Connor to do the honors, and Connors goes forward with it. Oh my goodness, Evan Connors, what a goal. Brings the EI lead back to 3 on one of the filthiest goals of the season. Off the face-off, EI goes forward with it, right around Donahue, back to the forehand, snaps it around Smith. A yucky goal there from Mr. Evan Connors as the mitts were on display. 5 minutes gone here in the second. A massive goal for EI to restore their 3-goal lead. And now it's Connors tied up in the corner now. Now Sachem again, looking at a 3-goal deficit. A shot on from Walsh. Pad save made by Smith. Down the ice, no icing here as it's slowed up. Mathers races back on it. Snaps a pass on to Connors. Dorena and Walsh with him. Connors slows up, down to Walsh. Walsh stops up behind, looking to stuff it on the short side. Smith went and bite. Dorena holds it in, back down towards Walsh. Good stick that time by Meyer. Forced out here to O'Connor. And O'Connor into the attacking zone, cuts back. The Sachem captain reps it around the boards. Gandolfo coming to get it. He scored the lone Sachem goal so far. Giuliano steps up. His backhand tri-glove down. Now Walsh gets it ahead. Connors numbers here for EI. Jarena with him as well as Walsh. Walsh from the slot off the post. And it came right back underneath Smith. Inches away from the second of the game for Alex Walsh. That would have grown the East Islip lead to what would have been their biggest of the game. Straub, Barbarito loads up a slapper into the glove of Sean Smith. Eight and a half left here in period 2. Skated back out by Sachem. Nice move there from Bovic, driving in and defended that time by Straub. Thrown back in front. Mangani walks, shoots, blocked down. Rosado sweeps it back down to the corner. Back on it, Prin up top. Mangani, another wrister looking for a redirection. Puck got slowed up, covered by Azar. There's 6 left here in the second period. It comes up the boards. Capozzoli will fire it back down to the corner. Amorim couldn't sneak it through Bovic. Straub in to help him. Jammed up the wall. Doherty with one hand will smack it around Capozzoli and down the ice. Mangani back on it for Sachem. He gave it away. Doherty from a tough angle. 1 save Smith, 2 save Smith. And no ensuing rebound. Couple big saves here for Smith after that nasty goal from Connors, his 15th of the season. Keeping his team within 3 here as we approach the halfway point of regulation time in this one. And mostly EI here throughout. Fowler looking for another. Smith may have gotten the piece there as it goes high. Halfway through the second. Pops out towards the slot. Intercepted by Tolliver. Out to Minikazi. Minikazi racing in from the half-wall on goal. Big rebound, and Samuel Meyer boxing out Kane Tolliver there. Donahue right back in. Off the glass and around the near side. Donahue pinches and fires it back down to the corner. Donahue again. Minikazi ties up Meyer. Lazzarino on it. Lazzarino checked to the boards. Luca Mazzarone digging for it. Gave it up at the point. Donahue a shot. Walker the side by Azar. Meyer looking to hammer it out. Great play at the line there from Carly. He throws one towards the goal. Blocked down by Lazzarino. And then a stretch pass from Mazzarone, deflected in by Fowler. Oh, missed the cage. Carly back around, Tolliver on it. Tolliver checked by Mazzarone, fights through it, puts it down the ice from the wrong side of the red line though. It's an icing here with 6:21 to go. Walsh won it to the half wall, but Courtney McIntyre, the first one on it, she'll clear it out. Followed up there by James O'Connor, but it's taken back here by Jarena and Evan Connors. Connors fakes the shot, goes to the backhand, swept it right through the top of the crease. Walsh up top, Clark holds. Clark shot, good stick there by Meyer. Meyer the high flip, got it down the ice. Martinez racing after it, as is Clark. They'll have enough juice to get to the goal line for an icing. This off to the right here of Smith. It comes to Connors. Connors then goes to the backhand. Looking back door, they score, and it's the second of the game for Alex Walsh. Off a beautiful feed from Evan Connors. Makes it a 5-1 lead for EI. Great hands again by Connors. Slides it through. Walsh jams that one-timer past Smith. What a night for Alex Walsh and Evan Connors so far here in this one for the Chiefs. Jackson Jarena looking to tack on. Jarena to the sun on the backhand, down low. Pinballs around, goes behind. Connors on it on the backhand. Tries to slide it back through the forehands. Mass got in the way there. It goes back behind Walsh. Walsh quick cut around Giuliano. He's feeling it tonight. Throws it right through the crease. Out the other side for Connors. Tried to slide it through to a cutting Mathers. Gandolfo blocked that pass. Gandolfo banks it ahead. Looking for Mast. What a stick there from Mathers. 5 minutes to go here in the second. Worked out to Walsh. Red line and in. Giuliano races back on it. Wraps it up the boards. Connors looks to take it away there, and Mathers a shot. Off of Meyer in front. Mass back behind. Meyer will get to it. Cut back behind his own net there. Vanstein with the pressure on the forecheck, not making things easy for him. He goes around to Gandolfo. As a second period here, really taken over by East Islip. The first, they had the better of the play, but Sachem was still in the hockey game and got a late goal. Well, East Islip has padded their lead with 2 here in the second. Spent a lot of time here in the Sachem end. Mass looking to change that. Gandolfo, great reception of the pass. Spins into the attacking zone, gets on it in the corner. Clark staples him to the glass and takes the puck. Outlets to Connors. 3-on-2. Connors slips by Capozzoli. Vanstein to the goal. Connors settles a bouncing puck, goes to the backhand and scores. And now Evan Connors has his second. Adds on to the East Islip lead. He's able to settle that rolling puck. Get that backhander pass. Sean Smith. All East Islip right now in this one with 3.5 left. In period 2, Rory Stroud back in. Puts it through the legs of Mangani, but covered up by Smith. So Connors and Walsh have both pulled themselves within 1 goal of Christian Fowler's team lead with their stellar game so far. 5-point night for Connors. 2 goals, 3 assists. Walsh, 2 goals on the board as well. Can Sachem get one back? Rosado with Bovic. Rosado, shot goes wide. Racing over the hold it in, Capozzoli down to Prin. Prin dancing through, steers one right through the low slot. Jammed up the wall and back out Mangani. Over they get it. Goes D to Joseph Capozzoli Jr. Morin jamming it free to Tyler Potato. Potato, though, couldn't get it past Bovic. Bovic working back in, kicks it towards his stick. Lost the handle, though, and worked back out. And Liam Van Steen on it. 3 minutes to go in the period. Van Steen trying to dangle through. Could not. Gets back out in the corner. Throws it in front. Intercepted that time by Mason Mangani. Back around the wall it goes. Van Steen to the near side corner. Sachem on it. This is Justin Bovic. Barbarito jams it free and works it back out. Capozzoli with time here. 2.5 left in the second. All East Islip right now, if you're Sachem, as we have a loose water bottle out there on the ice. And looks like we're going to play through it. If you're Sachem here, you'd love to get at least one before the horn. Make things a little bit easier on yourselves. As that was a dangerous line change there. Deflected, no icing. 2 minutes left in the period. Being down 6-1 or worse, obviously going to be a big-time uphill climb in the third. And looking at this point in the period, no matter what the score is, it will be a tough third period for Sachem trying to battle back. Against an unbeaten East Islip team, Fowler will skate it back in. Fowler takes it wide on the backhand. Stops up, his pass blocked. Ends up at the side of the goal. Donahue wraps it around, final 90 of the period. Takeaway though, and Sachem back out. Minikazi leading the rush. Looking for Tolliver across ice. Good stick that time by Doherty. Tolliver gets to it. Goes back out to the line. Brett Carley shot redirected high by Minikazi. Jammed out by Lazzarino. Took down Donahue. Fowler skates into it. Fowler from the circle. He scores. Christian Fowler on the board. It was only a matter of time. A similar goal to the one he scored in the last game against Middle Country from basically the same spot. That one was a slapper. This one, though, he just drags in and fires that one low glove side on Smith. With exactly 1 minute left in the period. Meyer up the boards. Here's Mast as Sachem looks to get a late one here in the second. Fires it in behind the goal. Meyer on it. Jams it back to Amorim. Lazzarino tried to flip it ahead. O'Connor on the intercept. Gave it back to Lazzarino. Works in on the backhand. Final half minute. Gave it away to Gandolfo. Last chance here for Sachem. Mast back in. Mast looking for the centering pass. Good stick by Mathers. Mazzarone leads one final rush for East Islip now. Good reception on the pass through his own skates there from Walsh. He's got 2 goals in the game. Powers around the goal. Stops up in front looking to stuff it. And they score. With 6 seconds to go in the period, Miles Mazzarone was in front. I'm going to be honest, I have no idea who's going to get credit for this goal. What an effort, though, by Alex Walsh. Stuffs it into the pad, and I do believe that is Mazzarone who was able to drag it off of the pad there and stuff it home. Great job by Mazzarone. They are able to find it. Miles Mazzarone's got 2 in this one as well. As the period comes to an end, that one coming with just 5 seconds left in the period. Alex Walsh picks up another point with the lone assist. And at the end of 2, all Chiefs, they lead it 8-1 over Sachem. We'll be back with the third period in a moment here on LI Sports Network. 15 minutes to go here on LI Sports Network from the rinks through 2 periods of play. All East Islip Chiefs so far. They lead it 8-1 over the Sachem Warriors here in this one. From the North Rink, I'm Brady Campbell, joined alongside Wally Mitchell. 2 goal games for Miles Mazzarone, Alex Walsh, and Evan Connors so far. As here comes Connors leading the rush. His shot whistles wide as Capozzoli was defending him. Capozzoli takes Connors to the boards. He goes up top to Amorum. D to D Barbarito. Just jam it down to Jackson Jarena. Jarena behind to Walsh. Walsh curls back. Goes down. Southern pass. Connors off the post, and it just trickled over the line. And it's a hat trick for Evan Connors. Great vision here. In front, just swept through. It looked like it may have hit Jarena. He might get an assist, and that one off the post and then took a funny bounce. As it looked like it actually landed north of the goal line and then caught some backspin and trickled over the line. So East Islip now pouring it on here late in this one as they look to pick up their 12th victory of the season and improve to 12 wins, 0 losses, 2 ties. And move into a tie in points with Smithtown Hauppauge Red for first place in the freshman division with only a few games left on the schedule. This is Meyer from the red line, puts it in. Enough touch. Having to touch up, though, are his teammates. And his foot back out. Bovich will play it back in. And it's covered by Sean Smith. Jarena and Barbarito the assist on Connors' 16th goal of the season. 17th goal of the season. Flip back out down the ice. Enough touch to avoid an icing here for Sachem. Lazzarino will flip it back out. Back on it comes Giuliano. Giuliano taken down by Straub. Sachem going to go to the power play here. Looking like it may be a little too late for a comeback, but trying to gain some momentum here early in period 3. So it looks like we have reached that point as well of a running clock here in the third period with an 8-goal lead for East Islip. What can the power play of Sachem do here? They win the face-off. They go across. Carly on goal. Lazar. No traffic in front. Fumbled that rebound a bit. But it's cleared away and back out. Carly. Great play by Walsh. Gets the steal short-handed. Look. Stopped by Smith. Walsh back on it, though. And he's going to need some more clock before steering it behind the goal. 3 minutes gone here in the third. The only goal here in the period scored by the Chiefs. Hat-trick goal for Evan Connors. Donahue back in for Sachem. Vincent Donahue inside out. He's stopped by Azar. What an effort that was by Vincent Donahue. Showing off the hands as O'Connor goes back down the boards. Pass comes out, but it hops the stick of Carly and will come all the way back down. Walsh once again on the forecheck with the takeaway. Cuts through the slot. Walsh scores! What an effort, shorthanded. Alex Walsh gets the hat trick. We've seen some highlight reel goals tonight from the East Islip Chiefs as Walsh splits through the 2 defenders And just able to sneak that one through the wickets of Sean Smith. A short-handed goalie had a great short-handed look on the rush prior. But couldn't get that one to go. And a shorty there for EI. Just 17 left on the power play here for Sachem. Tied up at the half wall. The Chiefs will take this any day as Prin digs it free. Pass out towards the line. Poked out by Jarena. Mangani has to hustle back. That'll take care of the rest of the penalty. Out of the box comes Straub. Jarena will fire it back around. Capizzoli racing after it, as is Jarena. Jarena gets there first, plays it right back behind the goal. Straub. Nice feed back door. Jarena steps in, shoots this time. Smith with the save, no rebound. Under 10 minutes to go here in this one. Sachem looking to turn the page to their next game, March 9th. 7:50 p.m. puck drop versus Ward Melville. East Islip next in action on Friday, March 6th, 8:40 p.m. puck drop versus West Islip. Straub digs it free. Rory Straub coming towards the goal. Couldn't settle that puck down. Covered up by Smith. Comes back to Meyer. His shot save made. The rebound bounced to the wrong side that time, and then that one stopped as well by Smith. As the Chiefs just continue to pour on the offense in the attacking zone here tonight. The McIntyre line off the Mazel line on for the Warriors. And it's chipped out by Tolliver. Racing after Minikazi. Lazzarino gets there first. Lazzarino goes up the boards. Tolliver on the intercept. Steers it back behind Minikazi. Watched by Meyer. Sweeps it in front. Tolliver couldn't jam it on goal. It's covered up by Azar, who hasn't been all that busy in the last period or so. Jammed that time by Fowler. Comes to the half wall. Nice pass out to the high slot. Meyer steps in. His shot blocked out high by Mazzaro. Held into the zone. Halfway through period number 3. A 10-1 lead for East Islip over Sachem. Miles Mazzarone will skate it back out. He's sitting on 2. Fowler in just offside. And we get a stoppage. Coming up next, our final JV game of the evening here on the North Rink. Kings Park Comac looking for a big victory as they will do battle against Longwood in their final game of the regular season. Playoffs begin on Wednesday night. Fowler up the boards. Donahue holds it in. Towards the goal. What a save there on the redirect. Carly back on goal. That hit something and went wide. Donahue steers it behind. Back up to Donahue as Sachem starting to push here in the final 6 minutes. Fowler will skate it back out. for East Islip. Red line, he'll put it back in. Wrapped around towards Mast. Mast, dangerous pass, good read there by Joreno. Just chops it towards the net. And thinking about keeping play moving with Smith, but has to cover up as we take a look at that save on the redirection by Joseph Azar. Great passing here by Sachem. A good couple shifts in the offensive zone. And that's a kick out that left pad there to make that save. Face-off here will be to the left of Smith. Jammed out by Rosado. Can he pull ahead to split through? Great work there by Barbarito. And Amorim. And then Amorim going to be guilty of a penalty here as he trips up Bovic. And Sachem will get their second power play of the period. As we enter the final 5 minutes of this one, Alexander Amorim off for tripping. Sachem 0 for 1 on the power play tonight. -1 as well, a shorthanded goal from Evan Connors. Or rather, Alex Walsh, excuse me. That's the difference on that one. Rosado will play behind. Coming over to get it is Bovic. Hammered back around. Capozzoli will step down to try and get it, but it's chopped by him by Walsh. And back out now it's Mangani. Leaves it for Bovic. Quick cut there on Walsh. Bovic. Connors stepped up into him. Prin the steal. Declan Prin working down towards the front. Rosado trying to jam it on goal, and it's into the crease. Cesar not quite sure where it is, and well, he may have had it. It looks like it ended up behind the goal. Final 4 minutes as the second power play unit comes on. Capozzoli, Mangani, Prin, Bovic, Rosado off. Mazel, McIntyre, Martinez, Giuliano, Meyer on for the Warriors. Connors, Walsh, Lazzarino, Barbarito still out there on the kill for East Islip. 50 left on the power play. Takeaway, and it's going to be potentially another shorthanded rush here. Connors with Walsh. Mazel hustling back. Saucer pass. Walsh was able to settle it, but ran out of room, jammed it wide. Boy, that duo is going to be fun to watch come playoff time for East Islip. Connors another steal. Connors short-handed. May have had the step to get through for a breakaway, but he couldn't settle the puck. Nice self-pass there. And then he snuck it through. Another short-handed goal for East Islip. Evan Connors has his 4th of the game. And watch this. You almost don't notice it. Look at that self-pass. Back to himself. And no daylight there, but he's able to squeak it through Walsh. Rather Smith. And get it through is Giuliano back in here for Sachem. Their power play has expired. As they go 0 for 2 tonight with a shorthanded goal on each try. Rory Straub leads the rush for the Chiefs, puts it in, heads in after it. Giuliano gets back on it. Wrapped around towards Martinez. Clark steps up the final 2 minutes of the game. Straub. Botetto working for it. Van Steen looking backdoor. Good stick by Mazel. Van Steen again plays it out in front. Mazel knocks it wide. And that one looked dangerously close to being an own goal. Was dangling through Van Steen, but he couldn't pull the puck with him with an open net. Mazel and Straub will do battle. Up to McIntyre. McIntyre to the slot there, and Straub swing and a miss. And now it's Lucas Martinez leading the rush out for Sachem, puts it back in. Meyer back on it. Rather, that's Clark for East Islip. Martinez all over him. Final 60 seconds of this one. 10-goal lead for East Islip. As Liam Van Steen taken to the wall by Prin. Clark, the quick cutback, slides it around towards Meyer. Meyer behind for Clark. He's checked by Minikazi. Van Steen all over him. They lock up at the half wall. Clark goes down to his knees. Final 30 of this one. Backhanded up the boards. Donahue holds it in and keeps it alive. Does Sachem have one more in him? Prin to the circle. Slides it in front. Penalty upcoming, though. Not really sure if we'll get to see the power play of Sachem in action here. As Mazaron gets the touch, we get the whistle. Final 10 seconds. It was a high sticking call against East Islip. It's not going to matter. That will do it. A dominant win for the East Islip Chiefs as they get it done tonight by a final score of 11-1. They score 8 unanswered. They went up 3-0 in the first. Sachem got a late goal in the period, and since then they got 8 in a row, and what a night it was offensively for some of the Chiefs here in this one. 7-point night for Evan Connors, 4 goals, 3 assists. 4-point night for Alex Walsh, 3 goals, 1 assist. Miles Mazzarone had 2 goals, helping to lead their team to victory. Just the 1 goal allowed for Joe Azar, who came in with a .87 goals against, and that's not going to change much for him. One more game left here tonight. JV hockey, Kings Park Comac will do battle against Longwood. But that'll do it for our coverage of this game. For Wally Mitchell on camera and everyone here at LISN, I'm Brady Campbell signing off. The final score in this freshman matchup, East Islip Chiefs 11, Sachem Warriors 1. You've been tuned in to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on the LI Sports Network.